Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Rosie and these are my hands. Today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. I have here a bunch of patterns. I don't know if any of you have seen Just Vintage Crochet. This is where the idea came from. She does this pretty much same thing but with vintage patterns from the 18 and 1900s. I am going to be doing modern patterns, but I just wanted to give her credit for this idea because it's brilliant, and so I wanted to emulate it. I have two dice here. They're numbered 10 to 60, I think. So we're gonna roll these dice and it's gonna decide which one we have, which one we do today. I think we have 12. I'm gonna take off my bracelet so that it doesn't annoy you. So let's figure out which mystery pattern we're gonna be doing today. I'll take them out of the plastic when we pick one so that it's not glaring. Ready? Let's figure this out. Ooh. Okay, so we got 60. So that means we're going to be doing number 6. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This one looks like it is a free pattern from, looks like maybe Lion Brand. Yeah, it looks like a Lion Brand pattern. Any information that will give away what this pattern is blacked out with marker. She did right here, lower edging, chain 11. Marked out in error, but any words such as like hat, scarf, shirt, things like that are marked out. If she felt like it was necessary to leave it in to give me a little bit more context as to what I'm supposed to be doing, then she did leave it in. And I did give her parameters for things that I'm looking to make, things that will maybe take me 2 or 3 days, things that I could sell on my website, things like that. So the whole point is to keep everything a mystery. We need to figure out what we're using for yarn and what it wants for our hook and everything. Okay, so I'm trying not to get intimidated this early on in the game. I would say I'm an intermediate crocheter, but this is calling for the Lion Brand Mardi Gras Stripes yarn and a 3.5 millimeter hook. I'm gonna look that yarn up so that I can see what size it is. I looked up this yarn and it's discontinued, so I'm just gonna look through what I have and find a similar 3-weight yarn. I'm going to be using the Lion Brand Ice Cream Big Scoop in Cookies and Cream, and this is a 3-weight yarn, and it says a 5 millimeter hook. I'm going to use a 3.5 millimeter hook because that's what the pattern is asking for. Okay, so we've got our yarn and we've got our 3.5 millimeter hook. This is a letter E Clover Moore hook. Let's get started. This is my first time making any type of video like this, so let me know if you have any constructive criticisms or things that could make it easier. So 3, I'm going to start by chaining 11, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Half double crochet in third chain from hook, 1, 2, 3, and into the third here. So we're going to put a half double crochet into each one of these chains until we reach 10. That's 2, 3, 4. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, cool. Row 2 says chain 2 counts as a half double crochet in this row, counts as half double crochet in this row, and all following rows. Turn half double crochet in each stitch across for 10. And then we're going to repeat this until the piece measures about 18 inches from the beginning. So we're going to chain 2 and turn our work, half double crochet into each of the 10 stitches, and the chain 2 does count. So that's 2, 3, and I've got my yarn barf here, 6. This is what we're working with right now. And we've done 2 rows. 2 rows is about a ½ inch. So we have to do probably like 1,000 more rows. So we want this panel to be 18 inches long. I'm going to do that off camera because I'm just doing chain 2, turn, half double crochet all the way across here, chain 2, turn, continue until we have 18 inches. So I'll see you in a while. Okay, I'm back really quickly. This is what the swatch was looking like here, and the edges are looking a little bit messy where the chain 2 is on each side, I think, and the holes are a bit big. I think I'm going to do the gauge swatch just to make sure that I'm on the right track, because I don't want to set myself up for failure and not have the garment be the right size, whatever it is. So I'm just gonna frog all this, and I'm gonna make a gauge swatch. Okay, this is what my gauge swatch looks like, and it might need a little blocking afterwards. This is 4 inches, close enough, and then 2, because I only did 1 set of repeats, so it's pretty much absolutely perfect in my mind. So we're gonna take it out and actually start the pattern once again. So here we are, we have our 18-inch long thing, whatever it is. Now let's look at the next step. Row 1, right side, chain 1, do not turn, work 84 single crochet evenly spaced across the long edge of the lower edging. Beginning with row 2, work in pattern stitch until piece measures 10.5 inches from beginning, including lower edging. Fasten off. Okay, interesting. We're gonna chain 1 here at the end, and then we're gonna work 84 single crochet all the way down, evenly spaced. And we're going to chain 1, and then I'm gonna work into the same half double crochet and put a single crochet there. And I'm just gonna count as I go. So 1, 2, 3. Here's our little piece. We have 84 stitches along the top. Now we're gonna move on to row 2. So 84 single crochets evenly spaced across long edge of lower edging. Here we go. Begin with row 2, work in pattern stitch until piece measures about 10.5 inches from beginning, including lower edging. Fasten off. Currently we're at 2 inches, so we need about 8.5 inches of this pattern stitch here, which is an 8 row repeat, 3 single crochet rows, 1 half double crochet row, 3 more single crochet rows, and then 1 double crochet row at the end. So we're going to repeat this as many times as we need to get 10.5 inches. So we'll do this first row together. So beginning with row 2, so we're going to do 2 rows of single crochet and then continue. Okay. Row 1 through 3 is chain 1, turn, and then single crochet in each stitch. I'm actually just gonna do this off camera and then I'll come back. So we've made it through 1 row of single crochets. Now we're gonna chain 1 and turn, go back, do our single crochets again. Next row is going to be chain 2 and then half double crochet along the edge. Okay, chain 2, turn, and then half double crochet in each stitch. Okay, so I'm just going to do that all along and then come back. Sorry, there was a little bit of condensation from my coffee and my son was writing on the pattern. Here we go. This is what I have so far. Okay, I made the angle a little bit wider, but that means you're going to be able to see a little bit more of my junk on my desk. So sorry about that. Here we go. 10.5 inch panel. Fasten off, and then front. And then it says front. Work as for back until piece measures 7 inches from beginning. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing as we did here, just up until 7 inches. Make sure to end with a row 4. So row 4 is going to be a half double crochet row. So make sure we end with a half double crochet row. So I'm going to do everything that I just did here one more time until I get to 7 inches. All right, we're back, and it's been quite a bit since I last talked to you. You didn't know that because that's the magic of cameras and social media. So I have finished our panels. The first time I showed you the panels, I had only made it 15 inches long because when I had measured, I measured it wrong. I was using a regular ruler to measure, and so I thought that 12 plus 3 was 18. For some reason, I don't know, I was probably sleep deprived, so when I was making the second panel and it was turning out to be longer but was not yet 18 inches, I knew my first panel was wrong. So I had to frog the first panel, restart, And now we are at the point where we can return and continue on. So this is what they look like, but we're working on this one, the smaller one. So I'm just going to put this aside, but I needed to tell you that story before we move on. It says divide for neck, which means this is some sort of top. Next row, chain 1, turn, single crochet in first 41 stitches, leaving the remaining stitches unworked. This counts as row 5 of the pattern stitch. Okay, so let's do that. The chain 1, we're going to turn, single crochet into 41 stitches. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, I'm going to come back when I get to 41 and we'll continue on. Here we are. I'll move this out of the way for a second. Here is our 41 stitches. This is the unworked section. This is the worked section. It says begin with row 6 of pattern stitch, continue in pattern stitch until piece measures the same length as the back. Fasten off. Okie dokie. We're going to begin with row 6 of the pattern stitch here. So row 6 is going to be a single crochet row. So we'll do 2 single crochet rows, 1 double crochet row, and then we'll continue our pattern until we get to 10.5 inches. I haven't been chaining 1 in between on my single crochet rows because I don't love that look, so I just kind of skip that part. But if you want a single crochet, you do you, honey boo boo. So 3, 4, all right. We are at our double crochet row. I'm just finishing up these single crochets. Okay, so I'm just going to work this, and then I will work 3 single crochet rows in the same way until this is the same length as the other side, so around 10.5 inches. But I will see you in a little. I think my kids are getting a little rambunctious in the back, so if you hear them, sorry. I just finished our first section. It's looking a bit square. I'm not sure how we didn't do any decreasing or any shaping, so I don't know if this is gonna be a top. Let's move on to the next step. Fasten off. Okay, I shall do that. Okay, done. Skip next 2 unworked stitches following first row of first side. Join yarn with single crochet in next stitch and single crochet in remaining stitches across. 41 stitches, 41 single crochets at the end of this row. I'm getting my yarn and I'm going to skip. This is where we ended our first row last of this side. So I'm going to skip 1, 2, and then into the third. I'm going to join with a single crochet, and then I'm just going to single crochet along. Okay, so here is our row of 41 stitches, and then that is going to be row 6 of the repeat. So we'll do 2 more rows of single crochets, and then a double, 3 rows of single crochets, half double, and then continue on all the way until it measures the same as this side and the same as the other side, the other panel. This one ended with the 3rd single crochet row at the top, so I intend to match that over here. I'll see you all in a little bit when I finish that. We made it. We got our little neck hole, which is like, I think it's gonna be one of those like fold over situations, like that kind of, you know. We'll have to see, I guess. So what's our next step? It says hold front and back with wrong sides together and sew shoulder seams, leaving center 30 stitches of back unsewn for back neck. Okay, these are my wrong sides together. It's looking kind of wide. It's looking more wide than it is long. So this is most likely going to be maybe a crop top for like a kid or something, because or it's either going to be a crop top or it's going to be super oversized because it's pretty wide. Like, I think if it was like, I don't know. I actually don't know. I'm going to stop talking. Yep, let's just sew her up. But yeah, I'm going to seam it up until we get to our stitch marker. And that does kind of line up with the whole, with what I was thinking of as far as it going out like this. I'm kind of giving like a collar situation, unless we're gonna build on this and make a hood, which would be cool. I'll meet you back when I'm done sewing up the shoulder seams here. Okay, so here is my seam, my whip stitch seam, and I want to show you how satisfying it is when you pull the ends, because these little stitches, so watch this end here, these stitches are going to just like disappear. Oh yeah, wasn't that so nice? So super, super cool. So here we go, seamed up the shoulders. Okay, now we will read the instructions and figure out what we're supposed to do with our box. I hope this looks okay. I hope this is what it was meant to look like. All right, next step here. Okay, with right sides facing, join yarn. So am I supposed to turn it inside out? Join yarn with a slip stitch in the top right corner of neck. Chain 2, work 63 half double crochet evenly spaced around neck edge to opposite corner of front neck. 64 half double crochet at the end of this row. Okay, so why would we need the right sides facing? We have right sides, so am I supposed to turn it inside out? So here we have right sides facing. But also, what do we do with the arms? Is this a poncho? Oh, it's gotta be a poncho. Let's start. Let's just start, okay? Okay, chain 2. Counts as a half double crochet. Work 63 evenly spaced around neck edge. Okay, this is gonna be kind of tedious, so I'm gonna come back to you once I get 64 stitches in this neck edging area. I attempted to place these as evenly as possible. They're not super even, but I tried. Let's read on for the next step. Chain 2 counts as a half double crochet, turn, half double crochet in each stitch across, repeat row 2 until it measures about 8 inches from beginning. Okay, so I'll see you in a while because I've got some work to do. So I will see you when this bit here is 8 inches long. If you've gotten to this point in the video, thank you so much. Leave a little emoji, leave a little pink heart or something in the comments. I want you to let me know if this angle is okay, so completely straight top down. I was thinking that maybe it might be a little bit easier to see if it was more angled in my direction, or like in my point of view direction. Anyways, let me know how this angle is, if you can see the stitches okay, if you can see everything all right. This is our hood section. It called for 8 inches. So just a smidge over 8 inches, pretty much perfectly 8 inches. So now we're going to see what it says to do. Row 1, decrease. So I'm going to read this and do what it says as I go, but let's read it out loud first. Chain 2, turn, half double crochet in the next 27 stitches, half double crochet 2 together, place marker, half double crochet in the next 4 stitches, place marker, half double crochet 2 together, half double crochet in the last 28 half double crochets, resulting in 62 total. So I need to grab some stitch markers. So I got 2 stitch markers because I'm assuming we will be doing two decreases. I'm going to put this off to the side and I'll read it as I go, but I want to do this part with ya. Chain 2 and turn, which I've already done. Half double crochet in the next 27 stitches. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'll do that real quick and I'll come back. So we did 27 stitches. So then we're going to do a half double 2 together in the next. So pull up a loop, yarn over, pull up a loop, all however many that is. Okay, place marker, half double crochet in the next 4, 2, 3, 4, place marker, half double crochet 2 together, and then half double crochet in the last 28 stitches. So 1, 2, so chain 2 for the next row, half double crochet across, moving your stitches up as you go, turn obviously, sorry, into that first stitch, half double crochet, and 1 along every time until you reach your stitch markers. And I'm going to do that and I'll come back. So we are on to the next decreasing row. So we're going to chain 2 and turn, half double crochet in each stitch to 2 stitches before the stitch marker. Half double crochet 2 together, half double crochet in the next 4 stitches. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, half double crochet 2 together, and then half double crochet all along the end. And then it says to repeat rows 2 and 3 twice more, ending with 56. Do not fasten off. So when I'm given instructions like that, I tend to forget. So I'm just going to write 2, 3, 2, 3, so that and then I will cross them off as I go, just so that I know how many rows to do and where I'm at. Let me do this, and then I'll meet you back when I'm ready to go to the next step. So it says, do not fasten off with the right sides facing, hold blank hood or fold hood that's blacked out in half along last row, working through both layers, slip stitch in each stitch across to fasten or to join, fasten off. Okay, so this is the wrong side. So with wrong side facing, working through both layers, slip stitch all the way down. So I'm going to put my hook in, grab my loop, pull it through, and then I will just work in every stitch across and slip stitch down. And I did make a little bit of an adjustment. I ended up doing a back loop only slip stitch.
Oh my gosh, that's adorable.
It's a mystery, so I'm doing like a mystery pattern series or whatever on my YouTube channel. I'm actually recording for it right now. You want to see?
Oh yeah.
They can't see you. Here you go.
Oh.
I had to take a break because my cousin called. But it's time to fasten off our hood. So I think this is going to have a pretty gradual, nice, non-pointy hood, which is great. So I'm going to cut it, pull it out, secure that, and then we go. So I think I told you, but I ended up doing a back loop only slip stitch so that it will have a nice flat join. So when you do both loops, the join here is pretty thick, and then it's not as seamless on top, so the back loop only kind of replicates the material of the half double crochets. So that was just my little touch, and I think it's not that big of a deal. For the edging, it says row 1, right sides facing, join yarn with slip stitch in the front corner of neck, work 86 single crochet evenly around front edge of hood, chain 1 and turn, single crochet in each stitch across, fasten off. So basically it's just 2 single crochets. Overlap edges of edging at center of front and sew in place with a few stitches. 2, 3, 4, 5. What we're going to do now is work 2 rows of single crochet I'm gonna start at this right corner, work my way up and around and down to here. And then I'm gonna chain 1 turn, go back around down to here, and then fasten off. Then I will come back and show you our finished children's poncho. And then we'll go get the pattern, see the picture, and check out the title and see if this is what it's supposed to look like, basically. It's getting a little bit big for the frame, but here it is. Here's the hood, super nice, not pointy at all. We don't like a pointy hood. So I had my mom grab the title and the photo that goes along with it. Here it is. I just want to say I nailed it. I mean, even the yarn is pretty similar. This is a photo printed in black and white, so I don't know exactly what color it was originally, but I think that the yarn choice was even super similar. This is Lion Brand Ice Cream. Jamie yarn is discontinued. This is a free crochet pattern, Lion Brand Jamie crochet hooded poncho. It doesn't say anything about being a children's size, but this is 1000% a children's size. When I figured out it was a poncho and that it was a children's size, I tried it on my daughter, who is 4, almost 4, and it didn't fit her. It was a little bit too small. So overall, super simple pattern, super easy. I think it looks exactly like the pattern, so I think that's great. No confusion there, but that's it. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!